Hi, this is Dana from Amber Dog Productions. Hey, I got a comment on my last video when I took the Crosstrek Wilderness up in the mountains from a viewer, the Officer Bell, and asked if I could go over some of the mods or things that I've added to the vehicle. And so I figured we'd knock that out real quick. And so we'll take a look at that. But before I run upstairs and we'll go take a look at the Crosstrek and go over those, I would like to answer another question that the Officer Bell had, and that is that, so today I lifted the sunroof like I mentioned I would do on the way home from work, and if I open the sunroof all the way, I can hear a really, really slight whistle, but nothing bad. And if the sunroof is pretty much shut, or tilted up, because you can tilt it, or you can tilt and slide it back for whatever degree you want. If it was just tilted up, I couldn't hear it. But if I had to slide it back a ways, then I started very faintly hearing it. But typical wind noise through a sunroof is definitely more pronounced than any whistling. So is it a problem? No. These are the longer arrow bars from Thule, however you pronounce that. I don't think anybody really knows. But anyway, these are the arrows, the heavy-duty ones that can support a rooftop tent. So let's go upstairs and go over some of the little things that I've done to it. Not a whole lot, but heck, why not? We'll knock it out. Okay, so we're outside now, and we'll just start at the front and kind of work our way around, and then we'll go to the inside of the vehicle. And so obviously at the front, like everyone does, added my own license plate frame, but I don't think that's really what the Officer Bell was interested in. But we'll start there and work our way around any changes I've made to this vehicle or things that I've added on. So let's take a look at that. Turn you around. Okay, so there is my license plate frame, and I still have yet to get my license plates because, as most of you people know, that these are pretty new, and it takes a while to get your stuff. So waiting on my plates. So then let's see. Oh, one of the interesting things I would like to point out that while I was doing my mountain goat run the other day, last Friday, before Veterans Day, and I heard a loud clunk. It actually, you can hear it in the video. As it turns out, and I said there's no damage to the vehicle in the end of my video, I did scuff my rim a little bit right here. Not the end of the world, but hey, you know what? All right, so these are the crossbars that I added, and it has the locks on all of them. And when I got these, I only had one key, so I did have another key made. And these are the arrows. And one thing I would like to point out is that, let's see, get up here a little bit here, and so you can get a better view. So if you can see right in here, you'll notice these arrows that point forward. So I think make sure you put these on facing the right direction. I'm assuming that these are to help reduce the whistling noise, which I know is a big question. And their exact placement, front to rear, I'm not exactly sure where they're supposed to be as far as, for hauling my kayaks or rooftop tent, if and when I get one. I just kind of evenly spaced them up there. So, and walking around here, we'll take a look at some other things. I've added my 101st Airborne decal, and then on the back quarter glass, you can probably make that out. Nice subdued black on the black window, the American flag with the mountain range. This was I ordered this online. I believe that came from Amazon, but they're available everywhere. If you're going to get the 101st, though, make sure you get the one with the right eye, because having the right eye is important. And these were actually for a 22 or 23 Crosstrek, and I think the window might be a little bit different, so I did have to trim them a little bit differently to fit these windows, and it came out okay. And let's see, walking around the back. So then on the back end, here I added this bar right here. This is actually a fog light bar that's supposed to mount on the front, but I want it in the back. And the reason for that is if you open the hatch, and like most hatches, when you go to shut it, you got to put your hand on the card. Of course, back of the hatches get real dirty and stuff, and you end up, scuffing up your paint. Well, with this here, you just grab this handle like this, and you lower it down, and you're good to go. And that works out really good. So really enjoying having that handle just like that. It's a nice little grab handle for that. And I've also added on the factory receiver hitch. I did a YouTube short on this. It is a 4-pin connector. You can see right here, little 4-pin connector. And it's mounted very securely to the frame. It also because of its guides and stuff, if it hits anything, it's going to hit with a line going this way. So it'll actually dig a nice trench if it needs to. So, and that is going to work well like that. And I added the American flag hitch cover, subdued version of that, because hey, I'm a vet. I like that stuff, good old American stuff. And on the back, my 9-line decal, my Amber Dog Productions channel vinyl graphic, I've added to that. Now in the hatch, mind you, I carry all my stuff back here. So let's take a look at this. I did add the seat back protectors. These are factory. And these, I added these in. I printed these on my 3D printer. I call them a paw safe, so I've entered the name paw safe right on them. I did a YouTube short on these. And the idea behind these is you clip these in here, and if you fold the seats down, you have a dog or a pet back here, and you don't want their little toes getting caught down in that metal bar that goes across there or in the plastic back. They get their toes caught in there and hurt their feet. So the idea is that these cover them up, and they don't hurt their little feet when you got that back there. We've got to take care of the pets. And I don't think, oh, by the way, the hitch, when you get your hitch, when you get your hitch, it will come with this, the Subaru rubber hitch cover, which works really good. I just wanted one with the American flag on it. So, all right, let's see, anything else on the outside? I don't think so. Let's move to the inside now. On the inside, I added these. These are the lit sill plates, and it's a full piece sill plate. Goes all the way up here, and they're a factory item. I did purchase these from an authorized dealer off of eBay, and of course the words Crosstrek light up, as do the stars. It looks amazing at night. And these, because they're factory, you take this kick panel off up in here, and way up in the back corner, there's a little plug way up in there. And so you run the wire up to it, you plug it, you zip tie them in, and then you put this cover back on, and then you snap your sill plate back on, and it comes on when you open the doors. They dim, they do a whole 9 yards with the rest of your cabin lights. And let's curl inside here. Okay. Now, the other thing on the inside, what I've done is you'll notice this stripe right here. I added the pinstriping to kind of tie in the gold stitching that's in the doors. And on the steering wheel, you have this kind of gold bronze color here. So that pinstripe runs on that side, and then it runs all the way around to the other side. It's just a minor detail. The reason I did it is I wanted to tie the stitching and the steering wheel into the dash a little bit, because there's really none of that bronze stuff on the dash. A little attention to detail thing. The other thing I've added, because the car itself has up here like a kind of a carbon fiber look stuff, and I really liked that, and it goes into the door panels all the way, like around the door handles. But I wanted to tie that in a little more. So what I did is I got this unit that fits all the way around here. It's an ABS plastic that looks like carbon fiber. So it's a one-piece unit with 3M adhesive tape on the back. So if I ever need to get that back off of there, I can do it. So, and it was an absolute precision fit. It worked really well. I did order this off of eBay as well, and I put that on there. And then to bring that down to the console, this is all cosmetics, not functional. So to bring it down to the console, it's a two-piece set. A pleat that goes on, because this is underneath here is like a piano black, which of course, no matter how hard you try, it's going to show scratches. It's just going to look bad after a while. This has a really kind of almost like a rubbery feel to it. It's smooth, but it's flexible, and it just sticks on. So you just align it, clean it with some rubbing alcohol, stick this down, and then here's the other piece of it that comes around here, and it goes all the way up and around your cup holders. So the only problem I've had with this is these, as this rolls down in here a little bit, I'm having a hard time with these ends rolling down and staying down. It might be because the time of year I put them on, it's pretty cold. So watch this one here. If I push that down, see that flex, it's not quite sticking down. So I'll either have to live with that, or in warmer weather, just stick it down better. But right now, it's fine. I like this look a lot better than the piano black. So I did do that. One of the other things that I've done is I've added these seat covers. These are some really, really heavy duty seat covers, and they do have a head cover on them, but I folded it down because I wanted to be able to see the Wilderness logo on here. So the piece that goes over this is folded actually underneath the seat cover. And these are super, super heavy, thick material, and they are airbag approved, and they'll help protect the seats. I mean, I know we've got the StarTech seats on here, underneath these on the Wilderness, but you know, gosh, who knows? I'm carrying tools or whatnot, so you never know. So why not just help protect the seats? And on the back, same thing in the back. These seat covers were actually when I bought them, they were to fit my 22 Corolla, but they fit in here perfectly. And this centerpiece, you can zip this down for the armrest to fold down, the 60-40 split. And this, I did use the headrest parts for this. The headrests are in place on this, and they fit like a glove. Down under here, underneath the blanket here, they're full coverage, and you can see the StarTech under here on the back, but they fit really good. I'm happy with that. And I've got my American flag in the back. I just like that. Now, one other thing that I have done that does take special note, and I really want to drive this part home, because the way they make cars nowadays, right up in here, you know, anything that comes down, your rain comes down, it gets, you know, you crack your window, you're going to get water raining on your switches and stuff. I don't know why they do that with cars these days, but they do. I'm sure it has something to do with saving money, so that they can sell you these. So anyway, this particular set is the OEM factory set for this particular car. Now, that's all fine and dandy. I've used these types of water guard things, drip rails, drip covers, whatever you want to call them, on numerous types of cars. I have them on my Tacoma way over there, and I absolutely love them. Those on the Tacoma are just the normal stick-ons. However, these are the factory ones. I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but right here it's just got the factory logo to tell you I'm not just lying to you. These are the factory OEM ones. With that said, there's a trick to putting these on. I'm going to try to explain this best as I can. I did not do an install video, but up in here, if you can see that, there's a clip here, and then if we go down here, there's another one here. There's 2 per window. And that's all fine and dandy. It's easy. You just grab the gasket material when you're going to install these, and you pull the gasket material down. It comes out real easy, and you pull it down about down to here, so whatever, just get it out of your way. It's not glued in, it's just pressed in. That's not the issue. The issue is these clips, okay? These clips, if you can, I hope you can make that out, but those clips right there where they snap the clip onto the visor or the drip cover, they are actually different, okay? So there's like a triangle pattern tabs underneath there, and then an upside down triangle pattern. I believe it's to the left and the right side of the vehicle. Now, why they did that, I don't know, but when you go to snap these tabs or clips onto these, you've got to look at where the tabs, and they're really small, you got to look at where the tabs are. Are they the center one's upright or the center one's at the bottom when you go to put these clips on? And that will match the clip. So make sure you have the right clip with the right visor. Look for that very closely. If you don't, it's going to be a real headache, trust me. So take a real close look at that. I can't stress that enough. Once you get, you know, that center tab up and the 2 that come down the sides like a triangle, you got 2 out this way and 1 up the top. And the other side will have 1 out the bottom and 2 out the top. So make sure you have a matching clip is what I'm trying to say. I'm just not doing a great job of it. So look for that. And then the clips just kind of snap in. These you got adhesive tape, you line them up, stick them on. It's a real easy install. That part though is the part that will get you. One other thing I forgot to mention, that when I got the Wilderness, in the Zion videos that I'm sure all of us have watched in the testing, some vehicles did show this bumper guard on here and some did not. So it was a real question of do they come with them or not. As it turned out, my particular car did not come with this, so I did add this on. Open this up. So it's just, you can put that in yourself. It's not difficult. It's actually a really easy install. It just sticks on like anything else. So you just want to kind of align it wherever you want it. you know, measure your distance from here to the edge so that you are centered. And what I would recommend is you know, make sure you've measured from here down to here, and you can actually take a piece of tape and run it along here as a suggestion. You can run a piece of tape along here as a guide, so when you go to stick it on, it's right where you want it. There's numerous ways you could do this. It's not complicated. You just take the backing off. It's 3M backing. You pull that off and you align it where you want it, and you stick it down. Press it real good. Try to hold it for a couple of minutes. Just make sure it's good and bonded. You want to do it in slightly warmer weather, and it's going to stick down really well. That way you have, you know, something to help when you're unloading or loading, or your dog's jumping up, whatever, something to help protect your paint. And the other thing that I did add, I did a YouTube short on this too. This is pretty neat, but since we're kind of putting everything together, underneath here is this little thing. So this is it's got a Velcro thing underneath it that just kind of hooks it onto the carpeting underneath, and so it holds it in place. But what you do is you grab this little ring and you just kind of pull it out, and it lays out like this. And that way, if you're sitting there or your dog's jumping up in and out of there, this neoprene fabric covered stuff will protect you from further scratches. And then it just folds back up the way that you had it. I'm trying to do this one-handed, pardon me. And it lays flat underneath your cargo mat, just like that. So, I believe, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that's all the changes, or most of them, that I've done to this. So there you have it. That's, so far as I know, that's the only changes I've really done to that vehicle. Right out of the chute, it's a really incredible vehicle, so not a whole lot to do. Most of it's personalization stuff. You know, sans maybe the bumper guard and the little mat that folds down, maybe the seat back protectors. I do like the paw safes that I snapped in. You know, I'm a kind of a firm believer that pretty much if you got dogs, you need these, which is why I carry a bunch around in my car. So if I run into another Subaru owner and they've got a dog or whatever, and they're interested in them, I've got them. I think I've got about 60 sets that I've printed now. So anyway, I hope this video helps, and let's see, is anything I'm forgetting here? Other than that, I mean, I'd like to thank the Officer Bell for commenting on my video and watching my stuff and giving me a suggestion, and hopefully I've answered your questions. And if someone else has some questions, I'll do my best to answer, because I know there's not a lot of these out there, at least not yet. And so hopefully I've helped you out a little bit. Also, my channel is not a car review channel. I do nature videos, so if you look at some of my other videos on my channel, you'll probably pick that up pretty quick. So if you like some of the content that's on my channel, by all means, feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. It certainly helps get my videos out there. I definitely appreciate it. And the comments too. You know, YouTube's got some weird algorithms, you know, hitting like, share, comment, that kind of stuff. So really appreciate all the help that all my subscribers have given me in subbing up and really pushing my channel forward. It really means a lot to me. So, and I try to answer back to everyone that leaves a comment. So I do appreciate it, and thank you much. So this is Dana at Amber Dog Productions. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.